we're going to flip things around a little bit and start with head coach Mark Schmidt for the Bonnies. Mark, if you'll make an opening statement. First of all, congratulations.
Thank you.
If you'll make an opening statement, then we'll go to questions. Sure.
Really proud of our team, the players, my staff, assistant coaches, the administration. We didn't change what got us there. We defended, we rebounded, and we took care of the basketball. And against VCU, talented team, so well coached. You know, if you don't take care of the basketball, they're going to get out in the break, and their fast break, when they get numbers, it's lethal. You know, so going into the game, taking care of the ball was paramount. And secondly, rebounding. They had 19 offensive rebounds. They out-rebounded us in both games that we played in the regular season. So, we did a great job. We out-rebounded them by 10. And we made the plays. We had, Dom hit that big three. Dom had a good big putback. I thought Jalen Shaw had a big putback. We made plays when we needed to make plays, and just really proud, to win the regular season, win the tournament championship, the first time in our school's history. So there's a lot of good things happened today, and just so proud of our players and thankful that we're able to get through the season. And with all the pandemic, to the Atlantic 10, to Dayton, did a terrific job with the tournament, under all these adverse conditions. Dayton fans that came to the game supported us, much appreciated. We didn't have the crowd that we had in 2018 when we beat UCLA, but there was some Dayton fans here that were really supportive. So thanks, and just happy. And now we move on to Indianapolis and see what happens.
Okay, thanks, Mark. We'll open it up for questions. One quick note for everyone. St. Bonaventure, this is their second title. The first one was in 2012. And they are just the fifth number one seed to win the A10 championship, and the first since St. Louis did it in 2013. All right, questions for head coach Mark Schmidt. Please use the raise your hand or put your question in the chat for me. And Mark will start with Rachel Lindsay from the Buffalo News. Rachel, go ahead.
Mark, congratulations on the win. First question, what does it mean for your program, one, to get back to the NCAA tournament in such an uncharacteristic season?
Yeah, I'm just, it was difficult. It was unique. All the credit goes to our players. And I think we only had 2 games that were scheduled that we played on time. So, I told the team before the season started, I thought the teams that were able to handle the adversity and be able to move on, when games were canceled, were the teams that were going to be successful. And all the credit to our guys. I thought they did a really good job of staying in their dorms, not going out to socialize. Basketball was really important. And they held themselves accountable. So that's the thing that I'm most proud of. And we came together. We had a couple guys leave, at midseason, and our guys just stuck together. And when you stick together and handle adversity in a positive way, good things can happen. And you saw it tonight. Or today. Defensively, we played a really good game. We rebounded the ball. We took care of the basketball. We did what got us here, and that's what we need to do, and that's what we need to do to win today.
And secondly, Kyle Lofton, not only one, what has he meant to you and your team this season, and how vital was his play today, particularly in the second half? He's
everything. He's the quarterback. He handles the pressure. He gets us into sets. He guards the best guy. He is invaluable. Great IQ, competitor. He's our leader. And without Kyle on the court, we struggle. And, he's been with us for 3 years. And one of the reasons why we've had the success that we've had, very coachable, very competitive, and a leader. And you saw him today. He handled the pressure. We only had 9 turnovers. He just, 6 assists and 2 turnovers against Havoc, so he's a special player, a special kid. And I'm lucky and glad that he's on our team.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Next question is from Chucky Maggio from Pick and Splinters. Chucky, go ahead.
Coach, the shot making near the end of the game, it seemed like you guys always had an answer every time they made a run, even when they went on that 11-2 run, I think it was. What did you think of your guys' ability to make those timely shots as the game wore down?
Yeah, it's really important. really important. You try to run some clock when you have a lead, and and then you try to do a good job executing. I thought we executed decently, but I thought we did a better job getting to the offensive glass. I thought Dom's big rebound putback, Shaw's big rebound putback, those are huge plays. Those are momentum breakers. And we made, like you said, we made timely baskets, and and that's what you need to do to win a game of this magnitude. Our guys were under control. They were poised. They didn't overreact, even when they, I think they cut the lead to 7. So that's how you win games. And, we got an experienced team that's been in those types of situations, and that really helps.
And as a follow-up, obviously you cut down the nets in 2012. What was your going through your mind when you cut down the nets again this year?
It's bittersweet. It's really proud of our guys and a little bit surreal. But when Dr. DePero passed, we honored him. This season was in his honor, and when we cut those nets down, it's one of those nets is going to his family. He's done so much in a short period of time at Bonaventure for athletics, and in particular men's basketball, and that was for him. And hopefully that helps a little bit, with their family. But it's just proud of just, the smiles on our guys' faces. That's what you coach for, those types of experience. And those are the memories that will last a lifetime. When you see those big smiles, and how proud and satisfied the players are, because, they put everything into it. This is, for them, this is a dream come true. This is, when you're playing in the backyard or playing down in the playground or whatever, this is what you dream of. And, 2 years ago, 4 of our guys, couldn't finish. We didn't finish that game, and we lost. And a lot of times you don't get a second chance in life, but we got a second chance, and those guys finished.
Okay. Our next question is from Michael Hogan from Tappan and Greater Olean. Michael, go ahead.
Coach, congratulations. I just wanted to ask, you've coached a lot of special groups in your career. A couple of years ago, your team went to the tournament. Obviously, the 2012 team won the conference tournament. But how special does this group, kind of compare on that level?
Yeah, it's this group is going to go down in history. No Bonaventure team has ever won an Atlantic 10 regular season title and an Atlantic 10 tournament title in the same year. And for what they went through with this whole pandemic, and it's a special group, and some, it's a special group. And, not that the other groups aren't special, but, in the moment now, these guys are, hold them close to my heart. They endured a lot of things this year, and were able to come through. And, it's difficult to be the, number 1 seed going into the tournament. But our guys, they played like the number 1 seed. They didn't back down. And just like I said, I can't say it enough. Just really proud of all of our guys, even the guys that didn't play, and, what they do in practice to get us ready. It's, the little things are the big things, in this type of season. And just grateful that I have the opportunity to coach such, fine guys.
Just as a follow-up, there were quite a few Bonif fans in the house today. What did you think of that? The support they showed?
That's and I've always said Bonif, it's a special place. And, when I got here 14 years ago, I knew it was important. I didn't know basketball was this important. But the support that we get night in and night out, and, for them to come down to Dayton, in this pandemic, is just tells you how important basketball is to the university. And tells you the support that we get. Bonner Nation is everywhere. And just seeing the crowd, and we haven't played in front of anybody all year. And to be able to go out there and see our fans, how supportive they are, it goes a long way. And they helped us today. And then at the end, when we won and it all came down, it's just, there's a tight bond between Bonaventure and the men's basketball program. And it's really special. And sometimes it's hard to put into words, and sometimes it's hard to explain to people that have never been to Bonaventure, but it's such a special place with special people, and in a basketball program that they've been really proud of for a long time.
All right, Mark, our next question is from Mark Gaughan with Buffalo News. Mark, go ahead.
Mark, congratulations.
Thank you.
What did you like best about the way your team played defense today, and really the way you've been playing defense this whole last stretch of the season?
Their toughness. We were able to, like I said, the opening statement, VCU beat us on the backboard both games. They had 19 offensive rebounds per game, so 38 offensive rebounds in 2 games. That was a huge emphasis for us this whole week. And that's the thing that I was most proud of, our physicality. We were able to out-rebound them by 10. We went to the offensive glass, and we took care of the basketball. Those 2 areas, if you don't do that against VCU, you're not going to have success. And we hopped on it all week. And our guys, you can talk about it, and tell them this is what you got to do, but the players have to do it. And they did a tremendous job today. And those 2 areas is what won the game for us.
Thank you.
All right. Next question is from Tommy Valentine. Tommy, go ahead.
Hey, Coach, Bones Highland picks up that 3rd foul early on in the first half. How crucial was that for your team, and what was the key to kind of taking him out of his element in the early stages of this game?
Yeah, Bones is a great player of the year in a great league, and he's got all the respect in the world from me and our team. You just got to try to make it hard for him. He got a couple, probably one cheap one, and got the offensive foul, a couple offensive fouls. The goal was try to deny him the ball as much as you can, make it difficult for him. Get to his shot, make him put it down. He's just a talented guy, and one thing that we didn't do, and especially in the second half, we fouled him too many times. He got to the foul line, 12 times. Half his points were from the foul line, so we didn't do a great job in the second half. But when he's not, it's almost like not having Kyle out there or Osun out there. When you lose your best player, the team's not going to be as good. And, it was good that he, for us, that he got in foul trouble, but you knew he was going to come back and be aggressive in the second half. But I thought our guys did a really good job making it hard for him. And that's all you can do with a great player.
And then just as a follow-up, VCU really made it a point to attack the paint early on, and they were dominating that part of the game early on, but you guys slowly really managed to flip the script, and even though they had the +2 advantage down low by the end of the game, you could tell that, you guys started to dominate that area. And what was the key to kind of flipping that narrative?
We have an emphasis, saying all the time, no paint, no foul. And, try to offensively, you want to get the ball to the paint. Defensively, you want to keep the ball out of the paint. And I thought we did a decent job. There was a little bit too much penetration at times. But we did, that in rebounding and, second chance points, we won 17-11, which is, something that usually VCU wins. So proud of, our half court effort. Sometimes we allowed them, to get out in the open court. We didn't sprint back enough and really corral the ball. We didn't play perfect by any stretch. But those guys played hard, and we got timely baskets and timely stops, and that's how you win.
Great. Thanks, Coach. Congrats on the win.
Thank you.
And our last question is from Matt Spielman, the Post Journal. Matt, go ahead.
Mark, Osun was +16 when he was on the floor, and I think -7 in that quick spurt when he wasn't. Did you want to keep him out longer with his 4th? And did you feel like you had to get him back in, or you just trusted him?
Yeah, the goal was, between 5 and 6 minutes. And you're always looking at the clock and the score. And, I think they cut it to 7 when we put him back in. He's just, as you can tell, he's, from a defensive standpoint, he's everything to us. When he's out, teams get to the rim. When he's in there, it's, even though he doesn't block all the shots, he's always there, and it's just psychologically, they know, that big hand's going to come and contest every shot. So, we try to hold him out as long as we could. And he's a smart player. He got a couple of cheap ones. But, the last 5 minutes, without him, he had a big putback, and he's from a defensive standpoint, we're good because of, we do a decent job getting into the gaps and covering the ball, but he makes up for all our mistakes. And he's just a terrific defensive player. The defensive player of the year in the Atlantic 10, says it all. He's that important to us.
Thanks.
All right. That's all the questions we have, Mark. Thank you very much. Once again, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
We'll watch for your name tonight. Thanks.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it too. Thanks.
Great. Thanks. We'll be back with the Bonaventure players in just a moment. All right, everybody. We're here with St. Bonaventure players, Kyle Lofton and Osunniyi. Gentlemen, we'll go to questions just like we did last week. So if you have a question, once again, raise your hand or put it in the chat, and we'll get it asked. All right, we'll start with Matt Spielman from the Post-Journal. Matt, go ahead.
Shun, how tough were those couple minutes when you were out after you got your fourth, and were you itching to get back in and pretty confident you could, stay out there?
Yeah, it was tough. I feel like I was, playing really well and being a factor on the defensive end, not allowing them to get inside the paint. So, being on the bench for a few minutes, I was itching to get back in, but coach trusted me. The time put me back in, he has trusted me to go in there and not pick up my fifth foul. That's what I did and help finish the game out.
All right, thanks.
Next question is from Rachel Lindsay, the Buffalo News. Rachel, go ahead, please.
Kyle Osun, congratulations on the win. This is for either of you first. What does it mean to the program, once you get back into the tournament, for you guys playing in your first NCAA tournament, especially in such an uncharacteristic season, playing without fans, being on pause, playing your first game in front of fans this season? What's this whole, kind of trip been like up to this point?
Kyle, why don't you start that
one? This trip been amazing. As soon as we ran out on the court, you just hear "Let's go Bonas," and it just gave me flashbacks to us being at the Riley Center, and just going to the Indianapolis the NCAA tournament. It's like a dream come true. Since kids, we've been working for that, and then we finally could live a dream. It's just like amazing.
Osun, same question.
Same as he said. I mean, we worked. It was a crazy year. Having no fans. The Riley Center, when we're playing at home, the fans come out and they help us out a lot in games. So it was a struggle, not a struggle, but a weird time not having fans. But when we came out here and heard the Bonas chants, just like Kyle said, just flashbacks, and honestly, it seemed like a home game for most of the point of the game. It seemed like a home game how loud the fans got for us. But playing an NCAA tournament, growing up watching the tournament, and just wishing and dreaming to be able to play there, and now I'm going to actually be able to play in there. Dream come true, especially for me.
And Osun, I have a follow-up for you about Kyle Lofton. What has Kyle meant to your team this season, and how vital was his play today, particularly in the second half, for your team's success?
Kyle's been the captain, QB, shot caller, general on the court at all times. Even when we came in as freshmen, ball was in his hands and everything ran through him. I trust him, whatever he does and however he plays. I'm backing him up 100%. He's Kyle Lofton. He's playing like this since he came here as a freshman. And for us, it sucked that we lost a game against St. Louis our freshman year, but we're back here. We've been playing together since prep school. So for both of us to win this, like I said, it's my brother. He's my brother.
Second one together.
Second one, prep school, and now this one.
All right. Thank you.
All right, gentlemen, next question is from Chucky Maggio from Pickens Point. Chucky, go ahead.
Kyle, when you had those, I think 5 free throws in a row and made them all, how big of a lift was that for your team's confidence to extend the lead by that much and just foul at the foul line?
I think that was a huge point in the game. It gave us we was comfortable, not too comfortable, but seeing that, I think it went to like a 14 or 15 or maybe 13-point game, and I was looking at timeout like, all right, so I got 5 free throws, I got to make these 5, and then we can have some comfort and room to work with.
And I know you were trying at the end there on the dunk. Did you end up kissing the rim on the dunk at the end with the celebration?
Yeah, I just watched the dunk contest. I seen dude from the Trailblazers. He did it, so I just did it.
I didn't even see you do that, bro. I didn't even see you do that.
All right. Our next question is from Michael Hogan from Tappan and Greater Olean. Mike, go ahead.
Yeah, either of you can answer this one. At one point of the season, it was the question was, will you guys make the tournament? A lot of people doubted that. Now the question, that question's answered. You guys have booked your ticket to Indianapolis. Do you maybe have a message for some of the people who still may be doubting this team after what you guys did over the course of the last couple of weeks here?
Honestly, coach has been telling us since day one, even when preseason rankings came out and all that stuff, none of that stuff matters. And since day one, we haven't listened to the outside noise. People who doubted us from day one when we had 2 guys transfer out, we had no depth in our bench and all that stuff. We don't listen to the outside noise. Like I said, before every game, before we go to the breakdown and go to our huddle with our coaches, I always say just us, because that's this whole year was just us. We had no fans, so it was just us the whole time. So we don't listen to the outside noise. We're worried about us. You know, the guys that are in our locker room, our coaching staff, that's the guys we worry about. We're not worried about the outside noise.
Okay. Mark Gahn from the Buffalo News. Go ahead.
Yeah, congratulations, guys. Kyle, this question is for you. You guys are ranked, pretty high in the country in defending three-pointers, and VCU, had a struggle today from three-point range. Just what do you think has been good or the key to your perimeter three-point defense?
I think this whole year we've seen the defense been working. So every year, every day, even in practice, you go through scout, we just lock in and focus on defense, because offense sometimes there, sometimes not. But defense, we can always control that. And I think we have 5 guys locked in, and it's hard to score sometimes.
Thank you.
Okay. Next question is from Jeff Uvino. Jeff, go ahead.
Question for either of you guys. Can you talk more about that 2019 A-10 championship game where you lost to St. Louis? Was that on your mind today and in this whole tournament, and the experience you got in that game? How did that play a role in playing today?
Yeah, it was on our mind. You know how we lost. We were one shot away from where we are right now. So that's been on my mind, Kyle's mind, the guys that came in us in our class who are juniors now. That's been on our minds since day one, and that was in our mind when we faced St. Louis in semifinals, because the whole time leading up to that game, if you watch TV in the hotel, they were just leading up all the Bonnies lost to St. Louis, and they just throwing the game back, and it just fueled the fire. It just fueled the fire for us. We knew we were one shot away, and we weren't going to leave. I was saying that, Kyle was saying we weren't leaving Dayton without a championship. So for us, it was on our mind and helped fuel us to a victory.
Thank you.
Okay. And our last question is from Tommy Valentine. Tommy, go ahead.
Tommy V.
What's going on, guys? Hey, I'll start with Kyle real quick. You had some struggles from deep at times this year, and obviously you got that corrected this afternoon. You had a big effect from long range. How much confidence did that first three-point make give you to keep letting it fly from deep?
Whether I missed the first one or made the first one, I was still shooting. It's games I'll go 0 for 5, 0 for 6, but it just shows that I'm confident in myself. I'm not gonna let that stop me from shooting. I put the work in for it. I believe in it, and then I'm gonna just keep going. I trust in myself, and I trust in God.
And then Osun, knowing that you guys are locks for the NCAA tournament, how much more enjoyable is going to be watching that Selection Sunday tonight, knowing that you guys are locks?
Like I said, man, it's a dream come true. You know, growing up watching all the teams celebrate when their name is called. So just can't wait to be there with my guys in the room and watch St. Bonaventure pop up on that screen.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Yes, thank you very much. Congratulations.
Yo, I'm taking it, bro.